this video, I'm going to show you an advanced Facebook ads targeting strategy, and I'm also going to show you the best way to increase your click-through rate so that your clients can get the best sales possible. Because let's be for real, most of the gurus out there are just trying to help you do the outreach, but nobody really covers the actual service delivery. Now, I've been doing service delivery for over 6 to 7 years at this point. So in this video, I'm going to break down pretty much anything I know about Facebook ads. I'm going to make it kind of short and sweet so that you don't have to go through all the boring details. But let me make one thing very clear. This is not a video that's going to be super interesting for you to watch if you want to just get the dopamine and have fun. This video is for the serious people, the people who want to make serious money with a marketing agency in 2023. If you're not like that, if you're not trying to really learn what you're selling and understand the service delivery, then this video is probably not for you. But if you are serious about running an agency, well, make sure you watch this, because this is going to be one of the most valuable videos you've ever seen on Facebook ads. Now, I'm not going to waste any of your time, so let's get straight into my computer and I'll show you exactly how it's done. Alright, so we're inside of my PC, and as you can see right here, we have two different campaigns. Now, these campaigns are not super impressive or anything, but it's a very good campaign to explain the exact point I'm trying to make in this video. So therefore, we're going to use this ads manager, and what we're going to do first is we're actually going to just break down the columns, and let's use the Henrik Mastermind column. That's probably a very relevant one for this one. So here we can see all the metrics. Now, one thing you have to do, I'm just going to go over the basics really quickly. One thing you have to do before you even start working with your clients is to customize your columns. I'm going to go over what the most important metrics are. That's going to be ROAS. That's the return on ad spend. So the ROAS is going to basically show you how profitable you are. If you have a 10 ROAS, that means that for every dollar you spend, you're making $10 back. So ROAS is a very important metric for anyone who's doing advertisements. Obviously, you want to have the results. I also think that reach is an important metric to have, and amount spent is something I always include in my campaign. And click-through rate, this is a very important one. Now, click-through rate is probably the most important metric on Facebook. In my opinion, it could be even more important than the actual sales, because without a good click-through rate, there's going to be no sales. And this video is going to cover exactly how to create the best click-through rate possible, because this is where all people are going wrong. Now, if you are in e-commerce, which is the niche that I'm in and I've always been in, then checkouts initiative is also nice to have. But these are the most important ones. If you're doing lead generation, you can also optimize this different, but these are very, very good columns. So now let's look at the campaign first of all. As you can see, we have two campaigns here. One is using CBO and the other one is using just regular ad set budget. CBO is where you let Facebook spend your money wherever they want to. So if we look at just a normal campaign right here, let's go inside of it and let's sort it by the best results, because it's going to give us the best examples. We can see that every ad set is spending $10 a day, and we have some ads spending $25 a day. So there's obviously a reason as to why they're spending different amounts. The first thing we need to do is we need to look at our creatives, and we need to understand which one has the best click-through rate. So I'm going to go ahead and sort it by click-through rate. And then we're going to see that the ad that's called a copy is the one that's performing the best. The one that's just called new ad is not performing good at all compared to the copy. Now, it's not really performing horrible, but it's definitely not performing as well. But if you scroll down, we can kind of see that it is not performing that bad either. But our average click-through rate is 4, and that's actually really good for running a product for this long period of time. Now, let's say you have 5 sales on your ad account. With a 1% click-through rate, you got 5 sales. With a 2% click-through rate, it should be logical that you have 10 sales. With a 3%, you should have 15. With a 4%, you should have 20. So for every percent, it kind of doubles. Like, not exactly. Don't quote me for it. It's pretty much going to even out like that. So if I have 5 sales at a 1% click-through rate, I'm probably going to have 25 at a 5%. So how do we get the best click-through rate? Because when one of my students tried to sign his first client just a couple of weeks ago, his client said, show me a creative that stays at a 5% click-through rate and then we'll talk. So we got him a creative and we actually got in a sales meeting with him and everything. But people don't really understand how to keep a high click-through rate. So I'm going to explain to you the 2 ways to get click-through rate. If this video is going out to the Fortnite community gamers, well, then the click-through rate is going to be very low. Even though I have the best thumbnail in the world, the video is amazing, if it matches with the wrong audience, they're not going to click. So if this matches with people who loves to work a 9 to 5 and just want to keep doing their normal job, well, they're not going to click, right? But if the audience is people who want to make money and the thumbnail is also good and the video is good, my click-through rate is going to be very, very good. So people often think that just because they have the perfect video ad, they're going to have a great click-through rate, but that is simply not the case at all. A good click-through rate is a combination of how well you can combine an audience comes with the creative that fits them. So we must understand how to find the best audiences. So let's break it down. How do I find good audiences? Because this is one of my specialties on Facebook, and this is the reason as to why most of the campaigns we launch are successful straight out of the gate. So I want you to look at it like this. Let's say you test with 7 ad sets. Is this 7? Yeah. 1, 5. Let's say you test with 7 ad sets. What I would like to do is for 3 of my ad sets to be super relevant to what I'm selling. So this means that if I sell, for example, a skincare product, I want my first interest to be skincare. I want it to be natural skincare, dermatology, personal care, whatever is super related. My 2 next interests, I want to be kind of related. So I want to figure out who is likely to be interested in skincare, but it's not the interest skincare. Because what you have to understand is you're probably working with clients who don't have an insane budget. They might be spending a lot, but there might be people on Facebook who's spending way more than them. So you're probably not going to beat your competitors if you go into a extremely saturated market. That's exactly why I like to find untapped interest that's still the same types of audience. So let's look at it like this. We have a healthcare product. Everyone is targeting healthcare and different types of organs. I don't know, but you get what I mean. We can target running. Now, the people interested in running are probably, the same types of people who's interested in healthcare. They like to take care of their body and all those kinds of stuff. We can maybe target medicine. So for a normal healthcare person, they would just target healthcare and, all of these things. We're trying to find those interests that matches the same audience, but it's thinking outside the box. So smaller interests. This is how we capture our own piece of the market without, having so much competition. Because even with the great creative, if you're just competing in the most saturated interest, it's probably going to have a low click-through rate. So what we need to do is we need to combine a good interest with a good creative, and that's exactly how it's going to work. Let's look at the ads manager right here. We're going to go to the ad sets, and let's this time sort it by results, which is purchases. As we can see, family has 25. Family is not relevant to this product at all. It really is not. This product is an oximeter, so it shows the blood oxygen level in your body. You basically, if you're healthy or not, your lungs are working. So why is it that family is working so well? And why is it that Netflix is working well? That's really, really weird. No, it's not. That's because everyone is targeting interests such as oxygen right here, which you can see is not performing good because it's super saturated. So we're thinking outside of the box, and we're finding those interests that has the same type of audience pretty much, but are not the same. If you are very interested in family, I would assume you have some interest in taking care of yourself as well, taking care of your family, making sure everyone is healthy. It just makes sense. And if you're interested in childcare, you probably also are somewhat interested in healthcare, or you want to keep your child protected. I don't know, but that's why a product like this that shows the oxygen levels is going to be, pretty relevant to this interest in my opinion. Then we tried Netflix, which is completely random, but it worked out perfectly. This was one of our best ad sets when we first started this campaign. The reason Netflix worked is because, first of all, you have to understand that Facebook optimizes for you. They're going to figure out who inside of the Netflix interest is, likely to purchase your product. Like who inside of the Netflix interest is interested in products like this. They optimize everything. They're going to find that out, which means you can pretty much, like when you have a lot of sales and a lot of data, you can't do this when you start though, but when you have like tons of sales and data, you can just throw in some random interest and it's always going to work because Facebook knows exactly where to optimize. One thing I see is, as you know, I do coach a lot of people. The one thing that I really see is that people just go for those basic general interests and it just never works. The clients always ends up leaving them. So you have to understand interest selection, which I'm going to explain more about right now. If you are interested in getting into the mentorship program, I'm going to have 3 spots open right now. I'm going to put my email right here. Send me a mail as to why I should work with you, and I'm going to do my best to read through all of them. Then I'm going to pick 2 or 3 new students that I'm going to crush it with in 2023. But let's look at Ads Manager. Family is working, childcare is working, medicine is working. These are all relevant, but the most relevant interest to an oxygen product will be oxygen and will be lungs. That's not working too well for us, but as you can see, we have really similar interest. Cholesterol was also working at some point. I know it doesn't say any sales, but I remember that it did work. But as you can see, interest like personal care, just too broad, makes no sense really, because that's where all the competitors are going. Not going to work out. So let's talk about creatives, because click-through rate is the most important thing on Facebook. The way that I find my good ad creatives is by doing creative scaling. So in my opinion, there's like 3 different ways of scaling. It's vertical scaling, that's just doubling budget, increasing. Then it's horizontal scaling, which is just making tons of duplicates. And then it's creative scaling. There's localized scaling too. That's not the point. Creative scaling is where you're trying to find the best creative. And you must understand that on Facebook, creative is everything, but it has to match the audience. And your page has to be optimized for conversions or signups, appointments, whatever you're looking to optimize for. If you have a high click-through rate and people come into your website, you get like, and I was talking to one of my students, is that his client got 2,000 people on the website and made like 1 sale Well, website is clearly not optimized for conversions. When people come to the website, they are looking to shop fast. If they have to make an account or things like that, they're cold audience. They don't want to do that. They want to make the purchase super simple. So please understand that. But when I'm trying to find my best creatives, I duplicate like 10 different creatives. Literally, I take 4 ad sets, my best ad sets. So in this campaign, that would be family, medicine, childcare. I'll duplicate them into a new campaign, and I'll just spam a bunch of creatives under them and run for like $25 a day each. So I'll have like 3 pictures, 5 videos, and then another 2 videos, something like that, or a carousel. I would change up the first 5 seconds of the video, change up everything so I could just split test everything in a new campaign. And then I'm going to judge by the click-through rate, and then, putting so many creatives into a new campaign. And then the creatives that has the highest click-through rate, I'm going to bring back into my old campaign. So now I've found a new creative that works well. One more thing you have to understand is that creatives die out, okay? Your product or your service, whatever you're trying to sell, get appointments to, or just, sell instantly as a physical product, is going to die out fast. So you have to constantly introduce new interests and new creatives. In my agency, we test new creatives every single week. Every week, we're trying to find a new creative that works. Now, we don't always find it every week, but at least we're trying to. We're always making sure that we're optimizing and finding new stuff. And an interest is only going to last so long. So why does products die out? Why does the ROAS just jump down like this? Well, it's very obvious. Your product interest is dying out. So what do? Well, we are prepared. We're finding 2 new interests every single day. When I run campaigns for my clients and for my own e-commerce stores too, I always find new interests every day, and then I also remove 2 ad sets every day. So just letting you know that you always have to constantly be on the lookout for new interests and actually test them, and you have to test everything. Not even I have all the answers. I have a lot of them, but they're still up to Facebook at the end of the day. Nobody knows better than the platform does. When you have a lot of sales, just leave it up to Facebook. Like if you have 2,000 sales, you can run no interest ad sets. Literally, you can run lookalikes. It's very simple once you get to that point. So I hope this really helps you, but let me show you one more trick, just for the people that's running local targeting, because I don't know why people don't know this. So I'm just going to include it in the video. As you can see, we were running a worldwide campaign here. If you are running worldwide for ecom, just screenshot these countries. These are the countries that I avoid, but I'm going to assume that you're not doing that. So I'm just going to remove all of these right now and show you a trick. So let's say that you are working with a gym in New York. I'm going to show you a hack, and I think you probably know, many people know, but it's weird because people don't know this. It's really weird, but I'm going to show you. So we are going to target New York, but that's big. New York is massive. So we need to find the exact market. So let's say that the city is called Rutland, which I don't know what is, but I'm going to drop a pin here. Go on, can you let me? Drop a pin right here. And then what you can see, we can now remove New York. We can target the radius. So 16 kilometers, we can probably reach that for just $100. Here you can see how you can reach the whole city. So if you are working with a local chiropractor, this is the exact go-to strategy on Facebook to make sure you reach the exact city, because you can't just target New York. You're going to reach so many people. So this is how we do local business, like really perfect. And I would assume it's been some time since I tried this exact thing, but I'll probably assume that you can reach this whole circle for like $120, if not even like $70. That's everyone who lives in the city. Then you can do retargeting campaigns. Anyways, that's not the point. I just wanted to show you this little thing right here, because many people, would just target New York when it really is just a subpart of the city. So you can drag and drop pins on Facebook. That should absolutely help you. And then for the people that gets this part confused, I recommend to have advanced placements on, or just let Facebook optimize. I don't want to be too manual when I'm running Facebook ads. At the end of the day, they are an algorithm that's going to understand better than me. So I like to keep things very broad. And I'm going to leave you one more tip in this video. The expand detailed targeting button split as this. That's how we doubled ROAS. One of our ad sets were at 5 ROAS. Just duplicate and turn this off. The ad set went to 12 ROAS. But it also works the other way around. So when you're first starting out, keep it broad, keep it on. But this is definitely a duplicate you want to make later and turn off, because that's going to give you just absolutely insane results. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you found it valuable. I tried my very best to teach you a lot of information about Facebook ads. If you want me to do a follow-up video on this, or a tutorial on Google ads or TikTok ads, please let me know in the comments. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you smash a like on it and subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to post like every other day. We're going really serious in on YouTube this year. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.